Over the past year, speculation surrounding America's next air dominance fighter has intensified. Unverified performance numbers have circulated online. Stylized renderings have been presented as leaks. Confident claims about revolutionary capabilities have been repeated as if they were confirmed fact. But speculation is not evidence. And when it comes to the F-47, the line between verified information and online fiction has become increasingly blurred. So, let's separate what is publicly confirmed from what remains conjecture. One of the most common claims circulating online is that the F-47 will have hypersonic capability, meaning sustained flight above Mach 5. There's simply no official confirmation that supports that claim. Sustained hypersonic flight isn't just about going fast. It introduces major challenges in heat management, structural design, propulsion, and materials. Aircraft that operate in that regime require fundamentally different engineering than traditional high-performance fighters. That doesn't mean it will be slow, but there's a clear difference between exceeding Mach 2 and sustaining hypersonic cruise. Those are two very different categories. Another recurring claim is that the F-47 will be completely invisible across all spectrums. No aircraft is completely undetectable. Stealth is about reducing detection probability, not eliminating it. It involves managing radar signature, infrared emissions, and electronic output to delay tracking and complicate targeting. Each of those areas involves trade-offs. It is reasonable to expect advanced signature reduction. It is not realistic to expect total invisibility. Those are very different claims. There are also claims that the aircraft has already been flying secret operational missions for years. What has been confirmed is that technology demonstrators under the program flew earlier in the decade. Both Boeing and Lockheed Martin conducted experimental flights to validate concepts and reduce technical risk. Those were demonstrators, not production airframes. As with any advanced defense program, certain testing activities occur in restricted airspace and are not fully disclosed publicly. However, there has been no official indication that operational aircraft have been fielded or deployed. In the absence of verified confirmation, claims of sustained operational missions remain unsubstantiated. So, let's take a look at what has actually been confirmed. In March 2025, the Department of the Air Force awarded Boeing the engineering and manufacturing development contract for the aircraft now designated the F-47. This platform is intended to succeed the F-22 Raptor as America's premier air dominance fighter. Later, at the September 2025 Air, Space, and Cyber Conference, Air Force Chief of Staff General David Alvin confirmed that Boeing had begun manufacturing the first representative aircraft in St. Louis. That marks a transition from advanced development into early production activity. But production does not mean operational capability, and that distinction matters. Beyond those official confirmations, detailed specifications remain classified. There has been no public release of exact stealth characteristics, sensor architecture, propulsion configuration, or weapons integration details. However, some broad performance goals have been publicly acknowledged in official materials. Among them, a projected combat radius exceeding 1,000 nautical miles and a top speed in excess of Mach 2. These figures outline general objectives rather than confirmed operational limits. They provide a directional sense of the aircraft's intended reach and speed envelope, but they do not constitute a full technical disclosure. In other words, we have indicators, not a blueprint. What has been more clearly defined is the structure of the Next Generation Air Dominance program itself. It's not a single aircraft program. It is a family of systems. The F-47 isn't meant to fight by itself. It's expected to fly alongside autonomous drones, basically uncrewed wingmen. These drones can scout ahead, carry extra weapons, and take on some of the risk in dangerous airspace. So instead of being a lone superjet, the F-47 is designed to act like the leader of a team, connected to other aircraft and systems, all working together. And that represents a major shift. When the Lockheed Martin F-22 Raptor was conceived near the end of the Cold War, air superiority mostly meant beating enemy fighters in contested but relatively straightforward battle spaces. Today, that environment looks very different. Modern warfare is no longer just about two fighter jets in a dogfight. Today's battles involve advanced air defenses, long-range weapons, cyber operations, and even space-based systems. That strategic shift, not cinematic performance claims, is what defines the F-47 program. And understanding that distinction is essential, because as development progresses, separating verified information from viral fiction will only become more important. And that's precisely why so much of the program remains classified. The details that truly matter, radar cross-section data, sensor performance ranges, electronic warfare capabilities, aren't marketing points. They're operational variables. Releasing them wouldn't just clarify debates online, it would provide adversaries with measurable insight. Classification doesn't mean speculation is justified, and it doesn't mean secrecy equals fantasy. It means strategic sensitivity. Certain details are withheld because they directly affect operational advantage. That same misunderstanding often extends to program timelines. Engineering and manufacturing development contracts mark the beginning of years of testing, refinement, and system validation. Before full-rate production is approved, flight trials, systems integration checks, and operational evaluations must all be completed. Building a representative aircraft is a major milestone, but it's not the same as declaring combat readiness. And development at this level is rarely linear. Budgets shift, technical challenges emerge, strategic priorities evolve, programs adjust accordingly. Cost is another area where nuance tends to disappear in public discussion. Early estimates suggest per-unit costs approaching or potentially exceeding $300 million, though final figures remain unconfirmed. If accurate, that would position the F-47 among the most expensive fighter platforms ever developed. However, General David Alvin has also stated that the F-47 will cost less compared to the F-22, though no detailed breakdown has been publicly provided to explain how that comparison is being calculated. But high cost does not automatically indicate failure. It often reflects technological ambition, advanced materials, complex systems integration, and software-intensive architectures. At the same time, cost directly influences procurement numbers, and procurement numbers shape force structure. Fewer aircraft increase reliance on networked capabilities and supporting systems. This leads to the larger point. The F-47's impact will not depend solely on individual performance metrics. It will depend on how many are fielded, how effectively they integrate with collaborative combat aircraft, and how quickly the surrounding network infrastructure matures. The broader system may ultimately prove more decisive than any single airframe specification. The F-47 is not being developed to win arguments about top speed or to mirror speculative online renderings. It is designed to operate inside heavily contested airspace against integrated air defense systems and peer adversaries. Its effectiveness will be measured by survivability, integration, and adaptability, not viral claims. What we know today is limited but clear. The concept exists. Development is underway. Representative airframes are being built. Broad performance goals have been outlined, and it is intended to anchor a next-generation family of systems approach. The technical details that define its precise combat performance remain classified. Until those details are officially disclosed, anything beyond confirmed information should be treated as speculation. There is nothing wrong with analysis, but analysis is not confirmation. In an era where digital imagery and confident narratives spread instantly, disciplined evaluation matters more than ever. The F-47 may represent a significant evolution in air dominance, but its real capabilities will be revealed gradually through testing, updates, and eventual operational deployment. Until then, separating fact from fiction is not skepticism. It is responsible judgment. And in defense programs like this, that mindset is essential. If you found this useful, consider subscribing for future updates as the program evolves. I'll continue separating confirmed developments from speculation. Thanks for watching.